What's up guys, welcome back to European Social Dynamics. Today, the topic of today is I'm gonna try and help you out to improve your texting skills with women, because most probably you are doing some mistakes. If you've been texting women on Instagram, Tinder, Bumblebee, Facebook, whatever apps you might be using, and you don't see girls actually wanting to date you, then there must be some issues over there. So we're gonna address that in this video right now. Don't forget to subscribe and definitely like the video if you're enjoying what you're hearing. Now, the very first mistake, I would say, people with low value, men such as ourselves, most of us, because we don't have actual self-esteem and we don't know how to work on ourselves, we are basically left in this world. We're trying to understand things from the air. We're looking on free videos on the internet. We're trying to connect the dots because we're proud and arrogant, most probably. It's like a goddamn puzzle or labyrinth. It's very difficult for us to understand what we're doing. So the very first mistake, what you're gonna do, you're gonna talk to a woman on Instagram or Tinder, and what you're most probably gonna do, you're gonna try and basically compliment her without any goddamn reason to do that, because you don't have any ideas on how to create some chemistry or attraction or how to actually talk to her. You're most probably gonna compliment her all of a sudden with no goddamn reason, and most probably the compliment will be something about her physique. You need to understand the generation is filled with low value people, with people choosing the easy option instead of the difficult option, and because of this, the easy option will often lead people to easy sex without substance, without any goddamn purpose in life. Now women, on the other hand, are very tired of this thing. To have sex for them is like very tiring because they had it, they experimented this, they want more from life. So I would highly recommend, if you want to really compliment her, first of all, not about her physique, maybe about her personality or certain things certain decisions in life that she took. But in order for you to get to that level, that means you have talked to her about certain things about specifically her life or personality. So what do you understand this? Don't just kiss her ass. Don't just compliment her as is futile, because it will communicate that you have no ideas and you're low value. To tell a woman she is wonderful after 2 minutes of texting, well, she's gonna be like, you're a fucking creep, because how do you actually know I am wonderful? You barely know my name, and you know I'm shitting at 3 o'clock in the morning after I have 2 coffees. Other than this, you don't know anything. What exactly makes me wonderful? So she will know that you're trying some bullshit on her ass. Leading me to the second observation, which is phantom questions, ghost questions. What I mean by this is, you are a man and you definitely know your intentions. You know what you want from a woman. And obviously what you want from a woman, besides making her your wife or having a kid one day, you obviously want to have sex, you want to have fun, blah, blah, blah. So you know what you want from her. But for the fact that you have been fake all your life and you're afraid to express what you want, and you think she's stupid and she doesn't know that, you're gonna try and bullshit her once again with phantom questions. These ghost questions are questions that are irrelevant to your mission. Let's assume for 1 second that your mission is to get her ass out of the house on a date with you, which means you're not interested if she puts milk in her coffee in the morning. And if you believe me or not, I had a client that this is what he texted the woman after 2 minutes. So, are you a girl that puts milk in her coffee? And the girl was like, what the fuck is this stupid question? Doesn't make any sense. What is this goddamn question? How does my answer to this question bring us closer as a couple, as people that want to date or have sex? How in the goddamn world does this question make sense? It doesn't. So if it doesn't, don't ask questions that are really, you're not interested in the answer. Ask yourself, what exactly do you need to know about her to decide if she's a good match for you and her to be at the same table having lunch together and to kickstart the relationship or the interaction. Everything that goes outside of this domain, simply don't bother asking, because you're gonna waste her time and she knows you're full of shit. Now, with that being said, you have my email address in the description below and we can work together if you want me to help you with your texting skills. Let's go to the next mistake that people do, and I want you to understand that all of us as guys, as men, usually have traumatic experiences where we behave like a nice guy, trying to please society, and more specifically, you're trying to please your mother. And what that means, you're gonna say yes very often, you're gonna behave in a passive, obedient way, you don't wanna upset the woman that you're dating, you're trying to play it safe without taking any risks, you're smiling a lot, you're afraid to say something that is provocative, to say something that provokes a bad reaction in the woman in front of you. And so with that being said, when you're gonna say something and the woman will play these tricks on you, she will do some shit tests where it feels like you're upsetting her or like she doesn't agree with your behavior, you're gonna very fast, you're gonna justify yourself. Now remember, when you justify yourself, it shows the fear of losing that person, the fear of losing that person's perception of you maybe. But anyways, that behavior over there communicates that you're a guy with low value. So stop justifying yourself, as well as start working on this nice guy traumatic behaviors. Try to see them, try to understand them, try to be aware of them, and ask yourself, what can I do? Well, you can do some coaching first of all. If you're not proud and arrogant, and if you are happy to finally work on your life and you want to really unlock your fullest potential, well, first of all, subscribe on this channel. I have some courses, online courses that I'm going to release in the future. You can easily access and have lifetime access on them, or you can get coached right now by me, online or in person. The choice is yours. Which leads me to the next observation. Basically what some guys will do, they will be very scared of the idea that the woman doesn't know that the guy wants to get sexual with her. So he's thinking about doing some, like pushing the sexual intentions. All of a sudden in the middle of a conversation. You're basically trying to hint the idea at her that is gonna be something sexual about you in that specific interaction if you go out and have a cocktail or something like that. Now, this is a beautiful mistake that you're doing, because normally, if you think about it, if your game is good, if you're flirting the right way, if you build attraction and chemistry, naturally, things will lead to sex. It is impossible not to lead over there. And let me tell you another thing. If you play your cards correctly, usually the woman will be the first one to start pushing you towards sex by some specific behaviors. Either she's touching you, pushing you a bit, trying to make physical contact, or by teasing you verbally. So my suggestion for you will be not to bring the sexual conversation very often, and not in the middle of conversation after you've been knowing for like 2 or 5 minutes. Allow the sexual conversation or the sexual ideas or hints first of all to come from her, and then you simply participate in this beautiful playful game. Try to educate yourself in a manner that you behave like this. And so this leads me to the last point of this video, which is a creepy low value behavior, and you should be aware of this. I had a client which basically texted the woman after like 4 minutes. He is telling her, listen, excuse me, I am answering a bit slow because I am driving right now. You see, this communicates a lot of low value, a lot of desperation, like you haven't seen pussy for like 3 decades, since you are willing to risk your physical sanity. You are willing to risk to have an accident with the car and lose your life. So understand this. If you want to be high value, that woman will think about this. She will be like, wow, this guy doesn't even know who I am. He's been talking to me for about 2 minutes. He told me that I am a wonderful woman, although he doesn't know shit about me. I might be a goddamn hitman or an assassin, or I might be bipolar or crazy. So he is making very weird assumptions. And now he's telling me, he is texting me from behind the wheel, risking his own life for a piece of my ass, which is creepy as shit. So understand, if you are willing to become a guy that is high value, women know this. You most probably have a life, you must have standards, you must have activities, and you most probably go into specific elegant places where you most probably are engaging with a woman or two, from the girl from the reception, from the waitress, from a girl that you met in front of the taxi. There will be some women that you interact with. So there is no need for you to be this desperate. So this is what I'm telling you. You are doing a lot of mistakes. You are becoming aware of them right now. So if you understand that coaching might actually help you to develop a better life where you get the women that you want, I don't really understand your hesitation. So if your level of sanity is pretty high and you understand what I'm saying over here, the email address is in my description. I cannot wait to work with you on your texting skills. And until next time, if you have some time to spare, I highly recommend you watch this video as well. It's gonna help you a lot.